Hello everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Gaines Dog Food presents Juvenile Jury. Yes, it's Juvenile Jury, brought to you by GAI-NAS Gaines Complete Meal, a meal that nourishes every inch of your dog. We invite you to spend 30 minutes with the children of America as they attempt to solve the problems which you, the listeners, send in. Of course, if your problem concerns the feeding of your dog, our jurors will give you just one answer. They'll pay you to feed Gaines Complete Meal. Gaines is more economical to feed than any other type of dog food. Gaines is a meal dogs love. Gaines is America's largest selling dog food. And now to introduce the jurors, here's the originator of Juvenile Jury and our program moderator, Jack Barry.
Thank you very much, and hello again, everyone. Waiting to prove that children should be heard as well as seen are 5 average alert youngsters. Their ages ranging from 5 to 11. Reading from left to right, meet
Dickie Orland, age 8.5. Elizabeth Watson, age 6.5. Charlie Hamilton, age 8. Peggy Brewer, age 11. Jonathan McBride, the third, age 5.
Thank you very much, kids. Now we'll dip into our mailbag for the first question. As you know, for each question put before the jury, the sender receives a modern and efficient Underwood Universal Portable Typewriter with a smartly appointed carrying case. The Underwood will make your writing easier and speed your homework. Our first letter came to us from Jacksonville, Florida, from a Miss A.C. She'll receive a smart-looking portable typewriter. 11-year-old Miss A.C. writes, "My birthday is on March 15th, and the trouble is that my father is in a bad humor because of income tax, and I never get to have a birthday party. The presents I get aren't so good either because my father says the family has to save money somewhere. I want to change my birthday to 1 week later, March 22nd, because by then Daddy will be feeling better and he won't be upset anymore. It's too late now, but I want to get ready for next year. What do you think about this?" Charlie?
Nobody can change their birthday, but there's something else she can do.
Something else what?
Ask the government to change income tax day.
Wait a while, Charlie. Wait a while. The government said can't do that.
What do you mean? The government will like that because they'll get their money earlier.
Oh, that's true. That may be a good suggestion at that. John Arthur McBride III.
You know why? He shouldn't change his birthday, you know why?
No.
Because, if he gets a new birthday, I guess that birthday and he had might have been ahead of the other one. And now if he had that their birthday, and he wanted maybe, when he had when all the other boys had their birthday, maybe his would have been first.
You know, I've been sitting here trying to figure out what you've been saying, and I'm about 3 sentences behind you. What did you say?
I said if he changed his birthday,
Thank you very much. Dickie Orland?
Well, if he changes the birthday, how old will it make her?
Well, she'll be about a week younger, I guess.
A week younger?
Sure.
That girl ain't so dumb.
What do you mean?
Keeps going at this rate, by the time she gets to be 20, she'll only be 15.
You're right, you're dumb at all. And there is Elizabeth Watson.
My birthday's at a good time because then income tax day is gone. Everything's gone. All there is plain hot sun to make a good birthday. So my birthday's the right way.
When is your birthday?
August 27th.
Oh, that's a good. In case I don't see you, happy birthday. Peggy?
That's the wrong time. Well, if she's going to change her birthday, then why doesn't she change it for a week before Christmas when everyone's in a giving mood?
A very, very good suggestion. Charlie?
Well, if the father's trying to save money by not buying his little girl a present. Yeah, but look at all the money in taxes he would have to pay if he remained a bachelor.
Unfortunately, Charlie, I know what you mean. Dickie Orland?
It ain't the gift that counts.
What's that?
It it's the gift that counts, it's the thought. But I always say, you can keep the thoughts, just give me the gift.
Well, the thought, of course, is very important, but perhaps plans can be made for the celebration of this girl's birthday well in advance so that any business or outside difficulties which may arise won't interfere with her birthday party each year. Incidentally, at the end of today's program, I'm going to announce the winners of the Juvenile Jury Art Contest, so all you kids and parents who had the kids send in some of those wonderful drawings and paintings, keep on listening. That'll be at the end of the show. Here's a letter from Akron, Ohio, sent by a Master PH who will receive an Underwood Universal Portable Typewriter for putting this problem before you kids. In his letter, 8-year-old Master PH writes that my mother wants me to go to a dancing school. But when I go to school, I gotta wear shiny black shoes with bows on them and those velvet pants. There's no place to change in this school, so I have to have these clothes on me when I go for my lessons. I know that the boys will all tease me and say I'm a sissy when they see me wearing those shoes and velvet pants, and they'll find out I go to dancing school and it's going to be very embarrassing. What should I do about this? John Arthur McBride III.
Well, what kind of pants are they?
Velvet pants.
Well, are they boys' pants? Do they look like boys' pants?
Yeah, but they look like boys' pants, but they're velvet.
Well, why should the boys bother her? Maybe her mother thinks that they look nice on her, but maybe
it's
the
a boy. What's this her? It's a boy, an 8-year-old boy that wears the pants.
Well, why don't the boys shouldn't make fun of him either, because maybe his mother thinks that they're nice of him. Maybe the mother thinks that they're nice, and maybe the mother thinks that he should wear that.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Thank you. Dickie, you're all
Well, why don't he take his dancing clothes along in a suitcase and change there in the bathroom? They have a bathroom there, don't they?
I don't know. It says there's no place to change in the school, so I guess there is none.
No bathroom?
I don't know why. What's that?
Boy, that kid has a bigger problem than he thinks he has.
Well, maybe you can run downstairs to the corner delicatessen. Charlie Hankinson?
No, he's no fool. Well, he shouldn't think he's a sissy because he wears those velvet pants and bows on his shoes. Look at cowboys. They're not sissies and they wear high heels.
That's right. Very good thinking, Charlie. Peggy Bruder?
Well, there's nothing wrong with being a dancer. Ask Rita Hayworth.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I don't think I can ask her, but Allie can. Charlie Hankinson?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Johnny, what are you looking at, John Arthur McBride III? The what?
The light.
You like the lights here?
Yes.
Why?
Because I like the colors of them.
You want to take them home?
Yes.
Fine. After the show, we'll take all the lights down on the stage here. You can take them home. Yes, Peggy, Elizabeth Watson?
They used to make fun of me because of the kind of dancing I took. But I didn't mind it. I still took dancing.
Is that right? You didn't mind, huh? Neither did my friend Little Mo. She's a wonderful dancer. Yes, Charlie?
Well, if it's the bow she's worried about, why doesn't he just untie him and let him drag? Then everybody will think there's a goddess.
That might get to look a little bit sloppy. Dickie?
Well, once I wore velvet pants and shiny black shoes in my neighborhood. And you know what happened?
No, what happened?
Shiny black eyes.
So don't ever do it again. Peggy?
Well, boys don't need dancing school. They just have to be sure that they're strong enough to hold girls up.
You're very right. Well, perhaps they could arrange to go back and forth from dancing school with some of the other boys who go there, and then this boy's friends would see that the clothes go with what he's doing, and they won't make fun of him at all. Now here's our popular feature, Gaines Dog Guest of the Week. Each week we bring a live, purebred dog on stage for the juvenile jury to identify, and here he comes now.
This is John Scott speaking off stage. The jurors can't hear me, but our dog guest today is an English toy spaniel. Now back to Jack Barry.
Well, kids, I don't know if you ever saw a dog like this before. Look at that pug nose. It's almost like a bulldog's. Bet you could hide a marble in the stop between his eyes and nose. He's a little fellow, though. Stands about 12 inches at the shoulders, weighs about 10 pounds. His ears hang down very long, and his coat is long, silky soft, and he's red with a white chest. Anybody want to guess what breed of dog he is? John Arthur McBride?
I think it's a collie.
Pretty small collie, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know. But some collies are small when they're babies.
Oh, you think
know when they're babies, those dogs are small when they're babies.
Yeah, did you ever see a baby elephant?
Yeah, I saw a lot of them in the circus.
Uh-huh, okay. Charlie, what breed of dog do you think this is?
Maybe a Pekingese?
Nope. Elizabeth?
Let me think.
Sure. Dickie?
I think it's a Spitz.
You do. I hope to take your handkerchief out. We'll call on our dog expert, Peggy Bruder. What kind of dog do you think it is?
I think it's an English Toy Spaniel, the Blenheim type.
I don't know about Blenheim type, but it certainly is an English Toy Spaniel, and his name is
it is
Jerry.
Blenheim.
You're right. Anybody, we missed you last week, Peggy. Anybody have any idea where these dogs originated? And I don't mean England. Elizabeth?
France?
Nope. Peggy?
Well, Scotland, because Mary of Scotland had them. And in fact, they stayed at her scaffold when she was killed.
Well, no, you're on the right track, but according to the Toy Spaniels of America, they probably came from China in very ancient times, but they may have originated in Spain and been taken to the Orient, because some very early dogs of this breed were given to King Go ahead, Peggy.
Well, Captain Sarah took them across to they were a gift of Japan, from the Emperor of Japan, to China.
No, it was King James I of England that they gave the gift to. But Mary, Queen of Scots, as you said before, had one of these dogs almost a century earlier, which she had brought with her from France. It was believed, however, if the original ancestors of this breed did come from China, that they've been crossed with cockers and springers and reduced to their present size by selective breeding. But even though we don't know exactly what blood flows in their veins, we do know they make wonderful pets and companions. And after all, that's the important thing.
Well, Jack, isn't that true also of the food we feed our dogs? What the food will do for them is more important than what's in the food.
More important, yes, but we like to know both.
Well, in that case, I'll tell the folks what's in Gaines dog food that enables it to nourish every inch of a dog. Every 5-pound package of Gaines contains as much protein as in 7.5 pounds of fresh beef, as much carbohydrate as in 2.5 gallons of cooked oatmeal, and the fats that would be provided by 6.25 ounces of pure creamery butter. That, and all the minerals and vitamins a dog is known to need.
I have a line here, Scotty. I'm not going to forget it like I did last week. You might also mention why Gaines contains these particular food elements.
Yes, I might. You see, it's because the people who make Gaines have spent an awful lot of money and time finding out just what a dog requires for good health. They've not only had 19 years of experience in making dog food, but they maintain research kennels where hundreds of purebred dogs have been fed Gaines regularly. And that's also why every 5-pound package of Gaines provides nourishment equal to 15 1-pound cans of canned dog food, yet costs less than half as much to feed. So folks, let your dog speak. Speak for Gaines. It's America's largest selling dog food.
Thanks, Scotty, and thanks to our Gaines Dog Guest of the Week. Take a bow, Jerry. Once again, our regular feature on Juvenile Jury, where we invite our younger listeners to present their problems in person. This week we have with us 4.5-year-old Joyce Donheiser of New York City, and Joyce is wearing a great big flower. Joyce, tell us what your problem is. What's your problem, Joyce?
Every night when I go to sleep, my brother cries. And should he sleep in my bed or no? Now my problem is, should he sleep in my bed or not?
I think you need a bed right now. You look pretty tired. So your problem is whether or not your brother should sleep in your bed. Well, kids, you got some questions, Peggy?
Well, does he want to sleep in your bed? Yes. Well, why does he want to?
Why do you want to sleep in your bed, Joyce?
I don't know.
You just like to, huh? Well, I think probably is a nice, comfortable bed. Yes, Peggy?
Well, where is he supposed to sleep? Where is he supposed to sleep? In his crib.
Oh, that's it. He doesn't like to sleep in his crib. That explains it.
Why not?
Well, a crib's uncomfortable, probably, Peggy. Dickie?
You have any other brothers? Only one. You're lucky that he's not twins. Otherwise, they both got in your bed. You feel like a sandwich.
And if I were between them, it would be a ham sandwich, yeah. Elizabeth?
How old is your brother? 2 years old.
Tell me, what do you want to be when you get older, Joyce?
What?
What do you want to be when you get older, when you grow up?
I want to be a dancer.
A dancer? Oh, uh-huh. And what did your daddy do?
He works in the hospital.
In a what?
In the hospital.
Oh, yeah, I know a surgeon that works there, too. Peggy, you have some more questions?
Well, if your brother would sleep in your bed, then where would you sleep? I had a great big bed. Oh.
It's a great
We
big
both
bed.
could sleep in there. Oh, you mean sleep together? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, oh, I see.
Johnny, did you have an important question to ask, I'm sure?
Well, why does her little brother want to go in the bed for no reason?
No.
He can't go in the bed for no reason. Because, my mother tried to make me stay in my own bed.
For no reason.
Yes, for no reason, too. Because I want to sleep in her bed, and she won't let me.
Why do you want to sleep in her bed for no reason?
Because it's more wider, and I like to spread my feet when my bed isn't wide enough.
Peggy?
Well, you said that your brother cries. Why does he cry? Because he wants to sleep in my bed.
Well, kids, let's take a rundown here. Now, this little fellow wants to sleep in her bed, and she wants to find out whether you think he should or not. You think so, Johnny?
I think the little brother should learn to sleep in his own bed because that's what I have to try to do now too.
Yeah, and for no reason
Don't
either.
try to force me now when after all that you heard to see a problem. Now I know I can force me.
I can see now why you got that wonderful telegram from Mayor John Kenny over in Jersey City congratulating you on your work here on the program. For all these wonderful answers you give for no reason, Johnny. Peggy?
Well, your mother should get your brother a big bed just like your own, and then not only will he have a night's sleep, but the rest of your family will get a night's sleep.
Say, tell me, Joyce, are you interested here? Joyce is looking way out in the audience. I think Charlie Hankinson's got a good answer for you. You listen to him, Joyce. Do you think that her brother should sleep in the bed or not, Charlie?
Well, you know, when you when your brother goes into bed, then you lose a lot of sleep. And before you know it, you get bags under your eyes, and you look like an old hag.
Well, maybe she could replace Fred Allen for next year. He's got a few bags himself. Elizabeth?
I think he should learn to sleep in his own bed.
All right. What do you think, Dickie?
Well, you see, I don't think that he should sleep in your bed either. Because it's too crowded. Because your mother might get all mixed up and stick the bottle in your mouth instead of him. She might change you instead of changing him.
The whole thing might be very confusing. So if you do have enough room to be comfortable and you want to do it, Joyce, perhaps you could let your little brother stay with you for a little while until he gets sleepy, and then your mother could move him back to his own bed. Thank you so much for being with us, Joyce Donheisen. Mrs. M.M. of Washington, D.C. will receive an Underwood portable typewriter for this problem, kids. Mrs. M.M.'s letter reads as follows. She says, my backyard garden has a picket fence around it, and whenever my neighbor's children come to play in the garden, they climb over the fence, but they get stuck on it and start yelling for me to come and rescue them. I told them that they must come in through the gate, otherwise they're not to come in at all. Well, they still climb the fence, but now when they get stuck, they don't call for me. They just sit there, and my fence is about ready to collapse. What should I do about this? Charlie?
It's a good thing they don't try to squeeze through the fence, or else the lady will have to have their head shrunk.
Their heads shrunk?
Yeah.
You sound like you've been studying an African tribe or something. John Arthur McBride III?
The mother just should put a gate up and has those things on it, and has those pinch things like, and pinch it like, we have a gate like that and nobody climbs over it because it has those things.
What things?
Things Like, you know,
Does anybody here know what thing? Go ahead, Johnny. Everybody knows.
well, you know, they're crisscross, you know, just like the car wheels are, and you know, they're little things that hang up on the gate.
They are?
Yeah.
Good.
We have one of them, and you know, nobody climbs over our fence. You know why? Because if he gets stuck on one of them things, boy.
Thank you, Red Skelton. Peggy?
Well, she should tell the children that if they want to come and visit her, they'll just have to climb over the fence. And you just wait and see. They'll insist on going through the gate.
Oh, sort of reverse psychology, child psychology, huh? Yes, Dickie?
Well, how can they sit on a picket fence without hollering? Don't they feel it?
Well, it's probably pretty tough kids, why?
Boy, getting a spanking must mean nothing to those kids.
Elizabeth?
They see with us. People climb over our picket fence, but what do? They stay there. Now we don't have any picket fence.
Gee, that's a shame. Charlie?
Why doesn't the lady put cactus on the fence? That will tickle them.
That's pretty rough treatment, Charlie. I don't know if she'd want to do that. Peggy?
Well, she should just let the fence collapse, because otherwise she's just going to get exhausted from picking them all up, and she'll collapse first.
All right. Dickie?
Well, don't they tear their pants on the fence?
They probably do sometimes, I suppose.
Well, maybe it's easier to climb over the fence and walk through the gate. But it certainly must be drafty going home.
Well, I suppose it would be, but that wouldn't deter them too much. But I think they ought to explain to the children that for their own safety, they've got to stay off the fence. Otherwise, you'll have to ask them not to play in the garden. I'm sure they'll understand and cooperate with you and appreciate having a nice place to play. Our jurors will be back in just a moment with more questions and answers. Now, here's John Scott and Gaines' talking dog.
Well, hiya, Gainesy. Come on over here. Say, what's this I hear about you having 20 food bowls in your kennel? Why do you need so many? Running a restaurant. Well, what's on your menu? Gaines Crunch On. Is that all? Dogs all Crunch On. Well, I'm not surprised to hear that. Is that the only reason you serve it? It's convenient? Well, how do you mean? No dishes to wash. Oh, I see. No cans to open. Well, that would be quite a job for you to do. Doesn't spoil. That's right, it doesn't. Crunch On's economical, too. That's quite a point when you're feeding hungry dogs. Now, tell me, do you have many regular customers? All regular. I suppose that's because Crunch On's nourishing. That's right. It sure is. You see, folks, Crunch On is Gaines' meal compressed into bite-sized chunks. So, it provides all the balanced nourishment of Gaines. Looks like you have the perfect setup, Gainesy. You certainly do. And the same thing goes for you dog owners who have only one or two dogs to feed. Gaines Crunch On provides scientific nourishment. It's convenient and it's economical. So, Gainesy, come on and speak. Speak for Gaines. America's largest selling dog.
Thank you, Gainesy and Scotty. Here comes our second in-person guest this week. He's Joseph Sestar, and he is 6 years old. He lives in Brooklyn, New York. Joe, come right out up to that microphone and tell the kids in the jury what your problem is.
My problem is when every time we have a play, I always have a part to say.
You always have something to recite, a part to say, and you don't like that? Uh-huh. Well, that's kind of a problem. Yes, Peggy?
Well, why don't you like to recite? I like to recite, but I want to save my voice. Why do you want to save your voice?
Why do you want to save your voice?
Because when my father asks me questions, I won't be able to answer him back.
Well, that's if you lose your voice, huh?
Yes.
Maybe you ought to recite something for us here so that we have an idea of just how you recite. What would you like? Would you recite something for us, Joe?
Yes.
Go ahead. You right into the microphone, though. You look out in the audience. Go ahead.
Choosing your nest. If you were a baby bird and could choose your kind of nest, which do you think would be nicest? Which kind would suit you best?
I'm still waiting for the punchline. That's the end of the poem, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that was short and sweet, wasn't it? Elizabeth?
In our school, when it was Memorial Day, our class the girls were dressed in a costume, and we had to stand up and recite. We didn't mind it. We still have voices.
That's good. Dickie?
Well, your problem is that you don't want to recite because you're afraid you'll lose your voice, right?
That's it.
So why don't you go ahead and recite and lose your voice? Then you won't have any more problems.
Right, Dickie. John Arthur McBride, now I guess we'll have to take a rundown here. Johnny, do you think that he should recite that much in school or not? What do you think?
I think he should do what the teacher said because my teacher already lost the voice from yelling already.
Probably yelling at you. Peggy?
Well, when you get a little older, your voice is going to change anyway. So why should you save it? You might as well use it all up now.
Very good. Charlie?
I had that same problem. But you know, some people ask me to do this and recite that. But you have to be patient with them, and then they'll leave you alone. But you gotta be patient.
Thank you very much. Dickie?
Well, all I can say is that I'm sorry that you're not in my class, because the teacher would keep calling on you to recite, and she'd forget all about me.
No, forget about you. I think if you call upon to recite a great deal in school, because you do it so well, Joe, and you keep right on doing it because you're doing a swell job. Thank you so much for being with us, Joe Sester. Well, friends, after several weeks of study and judging, I have before me the final results of the Juvenile Jury Art Contest. And I'd like to say that we were all overwhelmed by the tremendous number of paintings and drawings which were submitted. And it was really a tough job for the judges to decide which were the best 5 and the 200 runners-up. But careful decisions were made, and here are the results. The names of the 5 children whose entries were considered to be the top winners of the Juvenile Jury Art Contest. Richard Buchanan of 24 Ashcan Avenue, Forest Hills, New York. Elizabeth Hulsman of 11 Baymuth Road, Newton Highlands, Massachusetts. Dickie A. Ford, 4142 East Wilton Street, Long Beach, California. Emily Sherrill of 108 North Salem Avenue, Arlington Heights, Illinois. And Ted Hoffner of 259 Raymond Street, Rockville Center, Long Island. Juvenile Jury sends its warmest congratulations to all of you. Each of these 5 winners will receive a complete art outfit made by M. Grumbacher Incorporated, and in addition, each of the children's schools will each receive $250 worth of colors, brushes, and artist materials made by M. Grumbacher, makers of the world's finest paints. The 200 runners-up will receive especially prepared scrolls personally signed by each of our judges. For their efforts on behalf of this important contest, I'd like to thank our judges, John Groth, Ralph Ellsworth, art director of Parents Magazine, and the distinguished artist, Mr. Norman Rockwell. Also, our thanks to M. Grumbacher for their advice, counsel, and cooperation. But above all, our thanks to the thousands and thousands of children who participated in this Juvenile Jury Art Contest. These children make us feel ever so confident of our country's future. For only with creative people can a country progress and grow. Now, here's John Scott to tell you how you may win a typewriter.
If you have a question, send it to Juvenile Jury Box 148, New York 46, New York. All questions become our property. If your question is used, you receive a trim, modern Underwood portable typewriter and carrying case made by the typewriter leader of the world for your personal writing.
Our time's up, so until next week. Good luck from...
Dickie Rollins, Mrs. Watson, Tony Hankinson, Peggy Bruder,
Son of Master McBride says.
And from me, Jack Barry, with his closing thought. Out of the mouths of babes, oft times come gems. Goodbye.
You'll like log cabin syrup for that real maple flavor. For log cabin syrup does your pancakes a favor. A delicate blend of maple and cane. Serve it once, you'll want it again and again. You bet you will. What a wonderful breakfast thrill is log cabin syrup on your pancakes.
Yes, Log Cabin is a syrup with that delicious Northwoods maple flavor. It's America's most popular quality table syrup. Enjoy it on waffles or pancakes for Sunday night suppers as well as at breakfast.
Log cabin syrup on your pancakes.
Juvenile Jury is presented each week at the same time by Gaines Complete Meal, a meal that nourishes every inch of your dog. Gaines is a product of General Foods. This is John Scott speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.